Hey Blkops, welcome back. Katie here again with your January installment of your 45-minute virtual yoga flow. We're gonna start on our backs today. So come find a comfortable place to lay down on your mats, I should say. When you come to lay down flat, bend your knees so that you can bring your feet flat to the mat, just like that. Heel toe your feet wide to the edges of your mat, and then knock your knees in its center to touch. A really nice way to relieve any low back pressure you might have. Take your hands wherever feel good. Mine feel comfortable alongside my body. Maybe yours feel most comfortable one hand to heart, one hand to belly. Keep your gaze soft at the sky, or maybe you even let your eyes draw close as you quiet down your mind's thoughts, bringing your attention and your awareness back into the room. Engaging your yoga style breathing, elongating those inhales, filling bellies and chests full of air, and elongating those exhales as chest and belly fall, softening towards the mat. We'll bring the class together in breath, so breathe away all the air from your lungs to empty. And together we'll sip in air nice and slow and full. First feeling belly expand, ribs expand, chest expand too. Hold that in-breath at the top. Exhale away. Let the breath fall through the nostrils as you soften through chest, ribs, and belly. Holding hollow at the bottom. 2 more just like that. Breathing in bellies, ribs, chest, rising, hold, out breath, chest, ribs, belly, empty, and hold. Last one together, breathing in, filling up your biggest belly breath yet, and maybe at the top you sip in just a little bit more air before you release, exhaling all that breath away. On your next in-breath, let's all take an early upper body stretch. Reach those arms up overhead. Heel toe those feet together to touch, and you can even extend your legs long if that feels good, just like an early morning stretch out of bed. But on our next exhale, pull bent knees into chest. Wrap your arms around your shins and give yourselves a good hug. We've made it through 2022. Maybe you found this class in 2023 with a fresh start, renewed mind. Use that as your intent for class today as you maybe rock side to side on your back, massaging out the spine side to side. Stay here with your knees in at your chest, but if you have a happy baby in your practice, it'll look a little something like this. You'll kick your feet up to the sky, bend in your knees and reach your hands back to the backs of the thighs. Maybe you walk your hands up to the backs of the shins. You might even be able to access the outsides of your feet, pulling wide hips down into your underarm space. Good, guys. So, level 1 is taking those hands just behind the thighs. Keep your neck and back soft here. You're really working those hips up towards the chest. Or walk those hands up a little taller on the leg. For the most, they reach for the feet. But keep those feet flexed up towards the ceiling, and maybe you take those sway side to side again too. I got a couple special guests here with me in person. That's it, guys. Side to side, you rock out on the spine. Take this happy baby shape for as long as feels good. It feels really good to rock it out on the back here. But when you're ready, take a pause at center. Keep your right foot in the sky, but take your left knee into your chest before you land your left foot on the mat. So you're in this half happy baby shape with your left foot on the mat and your right foot up at the sky. You can find a little bit of a deeper press in that right hip. Maybe your right hand walks up a little taller, or maybe it stays where it's at. But as I saw some of you do here, you might even just feel the urge to let your left leg go long. I saw that here in the room, and this is a really good sign of some good open hips, especially after a squat heavy class. This can feel really nice. Wherever your left leg is, if it's long or if it's short, make sure you have your left heel or even your left toes on the mat so it helps to support that long leg as you work to open up through this right hip space here nice and early. Next, rebend the left knee enough that you can bring your left foot flat on the mat. Release your right ankle and let your left ankle cross over the left thigh. Right ankle over the left thigh. So you're in this little cross-legged seat shape here on your mat. Your left foot can stay here on the mat. Take your right hand. You can even work a press to open up that right hip space. But if you're ready to fly, float the left foot up off the mat and pull figure 4 cross legs into your chest. Hands can go behind the back of the left thigh. Maybe they go up to the top of the left shin. And as much as you're hugging in that left knee towards the chest, you're opening up that right knee away from the body. Gaze can stay soft at the ceiling, so there's no craning your neck. You're working on bringing this low body stretch up towards you, without too much pressure there in your neck and your head. Now, bellies are going to keep your legs here in this shape, but drop your arms off to the sides into a T shape here. A breath in keeps your legs active here and cross legs. On your exhale, float your way onto your left hip. Maybe you keep that leg formation. Maybe your right foot comes down towards the mat. As you float legs off to the side, maybe your gaze is up at the ceiling, or you can even go over your right shoulder if that's okay for your neck. Just one good belly breath here as you soften into your right shoulder space, hips soft to the left side. Use your belly to pull those legs back into center, nice and easy. And on your breath out, if your left foot floated off the mat, float it back down. Next breath in, extend your right ankle off that left thigh. Shake it out in the air as you find little ankle circles, toe circles. It can even feel good to pedal it out like you're pedaling an air bicycle here to work out those creaks and cracks in the knee, the hip. Stir out the right foot in the sky. When you're ready, you'll land your right foot down to meet your left. Both feet down on the mat, both knees up to the ceiling. This time you'll pull your left knee into your chest. And then extend your left foot up to the sky into that half happy baby shape. So maybe your left hand meets the back of the left thigh. Maybe it catches the left shin. Or for the most, it reaches up to the top of the left foot on the pinky toe side edge. Wherever you are, you're working that left knee up into your underarm space. And that right leg, right foot is really just a kickstand. So you might keep your right foot flat with your right knee bent up to the ceiling, or you might float your right toes, right heel long. Good, guys, yes. Half happy baby is what this is called. The softer the bend, or the bigger the bend in your right knee, the softer the posture, the longer your leg, the deeper this hip opener. So just go wherever feels good for you. We stay for just a breath. And when you're ready, we'll all re-bend that right knee. Bring that right foot flat to the mat and release your left ankle so that it crosses just over the right knee on top of the right thigh. Here you are in this cross-legged shape. Left hand can meet the left inner thigh and work this press to open up that hip. You can stay right here with your right foot grounded on the mat. But if you're ready to float that bottom foot, bring the right foot up off of the mat. Bring the right knee into the chest. You find supine pigeon is what this is called. Hands can interlace to the back of the right thigh, or maybe even to the top of the right shin. And as much as you're hugging that right knee in close, you're opening up that left knee. A nice little minor adjustment is if you flex all 10 toes, you'll make sure that the legs stay active here, even in this supported posture. Engage your belly to keep the legs in this shape, but release your arms off to the sides. Catch a T shape on either side of your mat with your arms. A breath in right here to prepare for the twist. And on your exhale, softly roll onto your right hip. Maybe your left foot taps the mat or outside the mat, and your gaze can float over the left shoulder, only if that's okay for your neck. Little spinal twists for a breath. Bellies engaged will help pull the legs back into center alignment. Land your right foot down flat on the mat. Kick out the left foot to sky, extend nice and easy that ankle, that knee, and take whatever movement feels good for you here in the air. Circling out the ankle, the toes, pedaling out that air bicycle always feels good to me. When you're ready, bend the left knee, both feet come flat to the mat, both knees up to the ceiling. Walk your arms long alongside the body, palms face down, one bridge pose to help us wake up those hips. So breathe in to prepare. On your exhale, press through the balls of the feet, the heels, send those hips up to the sky. You're rolling onto the back, or the upper spine, I should say. pulling that chest in towards your chin, but keep your neck soft here, gaze soft at the ceiling. Engage your glutes to activate those hips and bring them up to the sky a little bit taller. And then start to slowly wave down your spine, float your way down to lay flat on your back. When your tailbone touches the mat, bring bent knees back into your chest, give it a hug, and swirl it out right to left to massage that one out. Next, we'll take the long lengths of our spine to do rock and roll. So clip just underneath your knees and build momentum through your belly as you find rocks forward and back on the spine. Like a rolling pin, you're rolling forward and back the long length. Maybe your toes tap the mat in front of you. They might even tap the mat overhead. 1 or 2 more rocks, and the second time you come up, meet me in just an easy cross-legged seat. I'll turn to face you here. Nice and easy. You can keep it right here for this next part. We're going to take a soft little twist. So you can stay here if you know that this is enough for you. But if you'd like to interlace your legs, keep your left leg grounded on the bottom and wrap your right ankle outside your left knee. This is called half Lord of the Fishes for this twist. You can take this in any seated formation you like. In your cross-legged seat, or for the most, find the twist. You got it. Take your right hand, spin those fingertips behind you. Start to revolve and open up your chest to the right side. Breathe your left arm up to sky. Open up that palm to the side wall. And on your exhale, you might even cross by bending that left elbow outside the right knee, working a twist. It'll look a little something like this from the side. This is called half Lord of the Fishes. Rotate back that right shoulder. Maybe your gaze even goes to that back wall over the right shoulder to work open that twist a little more. Softly release that elbow to knee connection. Bring your weight back into center. Extend your right leg long first, your left leg long. And if you're in your cross-legged seat, all you're going to do is switch your legs out. Kick it out to the side. This time it's right knee that bends under and left knee that goes over. So left ankle outside the right knee to clip it. Good. And we'll take this twist on the other side. This time swim your left fingertips behind you. Breathe your right arm up to sky. And breathe out. Elbow crosses outside the knee. Half Lord of the Fishes on the other side. Gaze can be at that side wall, or it might even come over the left shoulder for a deeper twist. We stay for a breath. Release that elbow to knee connection. Nice. And we can shake that one out here. Extend that top leg out long, bottom leg out too. You can shake that one out of the knees here. Nice and easy. Cross both ankles this time. Walk your hands over your feet and meet me on tabletop. That's on all fours. Right here, you'll stack your hips right over your knees and shoulders right over wrists. Keep your neck soft by keeping your gaze down in between your thumbs. A couple cow-cats to warm us up. On your inhale, lower your belly, roll those shoulders down the back, walk your gaze up the front wall here. On your exhale, bow, tuck chin to chest, pressing through your palms, arc through the spine for your cat shape, like you're making a little rainbow. Your gaze is at your thighs at the back. Breathing in, roll your way open, nice and fluid through spine for your cow pose. Exhale, round, tuck chin to chest, pressing through mat, arc. 2 more like that, breathing in, open up. Breathing out, closing off, fold. Last one like that. Maybe you walk your gaze up a little taller up the front wall. Really open up through the neck. Breath out, round. Shrug shoulders up by ears as your gaze slips to the back between the thighs. Take it back to a neutral spine here. Shift your weight into your left hand. On your inhale, extend and float right hand up to sky for a nice early twist. You're stacking right shoulder over left. And on your exhale, think reach through. Just reach that right arm underneath the left arm. Stay tall out of that left hand. Good, guys. And just like you're giving yourself a hug, extend. Extend on your next in-breath, reach it high. On your breath out, extend but reach it low, wrapping it to the opposite side wall. One more just like that. Breathing in, rise it tall. And on your exhale, this time when you reach through, you might keep it tall here out of that left hand. Or maybe you soften that bend in your left elbow. Maybe it helps you bring your right cheek, right temple down to the mat. Your left hand's there in front of your face. That's it, guys. Good. As you kind of lay here on your side, you should maybe feel your right temple rather on the mat. Maybe your right shoulder touches the mat. Maybe it doesn't. That's okay too. You should feel a nice stretch to the back of the right shoulder as you do so. Your back of your right hand should be on the mat, so there's no pressure there. You can keep your left hand in front of your face, or you can tiptoe your left fingertips up tall on your mat for a nice side body stretch. For those of you who want to take the bind, you have the option to float your left hand up high and rotate it back into your back right hip pocket, opening up. For one breath, we stay here. Good. Nice, Richie. Release the left hand, bring it back around to reframe your face. Press out of that palm, rise up tall, the chest up off the mat, unravel right hand to sky. Right hand comes down, and we'll take this to the other side. This time, breathe your left arm, open up for the twist, press out of right hand. On your exhale, thread, left arm reaches through, but stay tall in that right hand. Inhale, rises you up, reach it to sky. Exhale. Did I say right hand? It's left hand that reaches through. Breathing in, last one here, twist it tall. Exhale, we all twist it low. Stay out and tall the right hand if this is enough, but if you're ready to bend and soften through that right elbow, you might bring your left temple to the mat. Maybe your left shoulder lands on it too, and I'll twist to face you here. Now look a little something like that. Your right hand might stay in front of your face, it might tiptoe, fingertips might tiptoe to the top of the mat. Half bind for those of you who want to float the right hand up to sky, bend through the right elbow, and just tuck that right hand into your back hip pocket. Good. Softening through that left shoulder space is where you should feel this. Once you're ready, return the right hand, bring it back around to reframe the face. Press out of right palm. It opens up the left hand to sky again. Bring it right back down. We all return to our tabletop position. One cow-cat to rinse that one out. So on your in-breath, drop the belly, roll those shoulders down the back. And on the exhale, bow, chin to chest, pressing through mat, you arc. Take it back to a neutral spine here. And when you're ready, send one set of toes to the back of your mat. Send two sets of toes to the back of your mat, top of a push-up, high plank. Stay nice and tall here through active heels, pressing through mat, those shoulders. Stay nice and tall here. Keep your gaze soft here on the mat. We stay for one more good breath, firing up our bellies. And on our next exhales, keep your hands and feet where they are, but just send your hips to sky. This is a good foundation for downward facing dog. You can even bring your feet in a little closer if that helps you. The goal here is that your hips are the tallest point of your mat. And let's build this posture. With the heels heavy, you can even bend through the knees to sink those legs. You might even pedal out your feet side to side. If you're talking about your upper body, send that pressure out of your wrists. It does enough for us here in class. By sinking heavy through those legs, you can rotate those elbows under and make like this upside down V shape. I can see you in the corner of my eyes, guys. It looks good. Take it to stillness at center when you're ready. And in your mind's eye, think top of a push-up again. So rise up to tiptoes, roll your way forward like a wave in your spine to the top of your mat. It's good. And on your exhale, we'll take a supported push-up. Drop your knees, hinge at your elbows to lower chest and chin. You'll flatten the tops of your feet, your hips. Pinch those elbows back, roll your spine up. This is called Cobra Pose. Just a nice soft little back opener. Good, guys. Exhale, lay flat on your belly and turn one cheek. We're gonna take that Cobra wave again. On your next breath in, pressing through palms. Rise your way up, shoulders down the back. Maybe you lift up a little taller. Good, yes. Exhale, wave it down. Turn the opposite cheek. One more time, we'll take that. Breathing in, rise up to as tall as feels good for you, maybe all the way tall. The full expression is long arms. And on your exhale, tuck the toes, press your way back through your power push-up and back to your downward facing dog. Walk those hands back to your feet. We'll meet at the back of our mats in a forward fold. Bend as deep in your knees as you need to drape the chest over the thighs. Nice and easy here. Your hands can stay floating. You can even interlace your arms, so you can take a little ragdoll shape is what this is called. For those of you who come to class, I know you love the interlace behind your head, taking fingers behind the neck. And you could even shift your weight from one foot to the other, sway it out side to side. Nice and easy. Whenever you're ready, take stillness back at center. Release your arms from whatever formation they had. We'll walk our way back out to our down dog. So like an inchworm, take it all the way back up to the top of your mat, down dog. Walk those feet together to touch at the back of the mat. Send your weight to your left foot this time. On your inhale, let your right toes grow light as you float your way up into your 3-leg down dog. You can even open up your hip, stacking right hip over left hip, opening up for your 3-leg dog. Take a big bend in your right knee to stack it. Maybe even swirl it out in little knee circles or hip circles, just like you did on your backs earlier. That air bicycle, the ankle swirls, knee swirls. On your next inhale, extend the right leg long. On your exhale, bend the right knee, pull it up towards your nose. Keep pressing tall through that high push-up position. This is called cheetah pose. Nice and tall, you're hugging that right leg. Breathing in, rise it up, back out to sky. Exhale, cheetah, right knee to nose. Last one here, breathing in, rise it out. Exhale, cheetah pose, and this time, softly land your right foot in between your hands at the top of your mat. Soften your left knee down too. You're in a little supported lunge. Your left toes can stay tucked here for more support. On your inhale, we all rise up. Woo, the first time we're coming up here in our supported lunges. Keep those tails tucked underneath you, nice and tall through torso, belly's engaged here, arms extended high to sky. With right knee stacked over right ankle, breathe in, and maybe even sink a little bit deeper in that knee. Your breath in keeps you here in the supported lunge. On your exhale, think half a split. Send that bend out of that top knee and dive your chest as it floats over that right long leg. Take your hands down to your mat if you need to. Maybe they float airplane wings, you fly, fingertips to the back wall. We'll take this flow a couple times. On your inhale, rebend to that right knee, float it up to your supported lunges. Balance challenge, exhale. Maybe your hands don't touch the mat as you float back. One more just like that, breathing in, rise it up, supported lunge. Exhale, flip it back. Half a split. Breathing in, rebend into that top knee for your supported lunge. On your exhale, let's take our hands to our heart. Soften those shoulders down the back. On your breath in, take a hinge towards that top thigh. And on your exhale, that elbow comes outside that right knee. Twisted lunge. From the camera side, it'll look a little something like this. With your prayer hands, you're pressing open in the twist. When you're ready, take your gaze back down to your right foot. Release the elbow to knee connection and both hands go inside the right foot. With your left knee acting like a swivel, bring your left foot just behind you like a little kickstand. Good, I see you there. Keep the right hand inside that right ankle. Float your left hand high, sky. This is called supported side angle. But if this is too much in that hip space, you can always bring that right hand up to that right inner thigh. Looks good. Keep it here for the twist for one breath in. That's level one. If you want to take it a little deeper, your hands inside that right ankle, twisting you open. When you're ready, get light out of that bottom hand. Breathing in, come up tall, rising, sinking into your supported warrior twos. There you go. Settling in. When you're ready, your gaze is over your right hand, but this time flip your gaze to your left hand. You're facing the back wall. Start to extend out of that right leg. Land your left hand at the back of the mat, nice and easy. Pivot your right ankle as your right hand floats high to sky. You're good, normal. That looks great. Maybe right hand even floats up overhead for a nice side body stretch. This time, take your gaze to the back of your mat. You're looking at your left hand here. Revolve that right hand all the way down and square off your chest to the back of the mat. Swivel your left ankle underneath you. You're on the ball of your right foot. So you're facing the back of your mat here, a little challenge. Press out of the ball of your right foot and think cheetah pose. This time it's your left knee that comes up off the mat. On your next inhale, extend the left leg high. You're a 3-leg dog facing the back. As you sink that right heel heavy, you can even bend through the left knee, stacking open the hips. You can take those swirls through the ankle, the knee, wherever feels good for you. And we'll take that cheetah flow here on this side. When you're ready, on your inhale, extend left leg tall. On your exhale, knee to nose, cheetah. Keep pressing through the mat. Belly's firing up, breathing in, rise it up tall, 3-leg dog. Exhale, knee to nose. You're at the back of your mat. One more time, breathing in, rise it up tall. Exhale, knee to nose. Softly land your left foot in between your hands at the back. Soften your right knee down too, and keep your right toes tucked. They'll help support your right knee here. Even better, you guys aren't facing me, so I'm gonna see how good I am with these cues. On your inhale, rise up out of your hands, stand tall in your supported lunge. Settle into that left knee. Keep it here for one more breath. You look good, guys, that's it. Exhale. One breath in keeps you here with the left bent knee. On our exhales, it's half of a split. Straighten the bend out of your top knee. Float your way to a straighter left leg. Maybe your hands tap the mat for a little extra support. Half split, say hello to your hammy, and we'll take this flow. On your inhale, rebend to that left knee. Rise up tall, hands to sky. On your exhale, hands sweep to the back. Dive to your half a split. 2 more times. Breathing in, rise it up. Exhale, sweep arms back. Maybe they fly, airplane wings, fingertips to the back. Beautiful, guys. One more. Breathing in, rise it up. Whew. Last one here, sweep it back. Half a split. Breathing in, return back to your supported lunge. Hands lift tall. On your breath out, hands come to heart. Prayer hands at your chest. Next inhale, hinge your chest towards that left thigh. And on the exhale, it's right elbow that goes outside the left knee. You're twisting towards the opposite side wall now. And settle. Work open the twist, that elbow to knee connection, help you open up through the spine. Your gaze is at the side wall. When you're ready, take your gaze down to your left foot this time at the back of your mat. Both hands release, elbow releases to bring them inside the left foot. Like a swivel, your right ankle twists. Keep your right knee where it's at, and just bring your right ankle back behind you. They're facing towards the garage if you're on this side. So with the right foot towards the garage wall, flip your weight into your left hand. This time it's right hand that floats high to sky. That's it. And if your right ankle is back towards the garage, it'll help to support you. Keep opening through that left hip. If this is too much with your left hand inside the left ankle, you can even bring your left hand up to your left thigh. That's a softer variation. If not, it comes inside. When you're ready, get light out of that bottom hand. Start to press your way up. It's your supported warrior 2, and you sink in. Your supported warrior 2 is all about that external hip rotation. Keep that left knee stacked over that left ankle as you settle in. Gaze stays soft over the left fingertips at the front, or the back, I should say. Keep those shoulders soft too. Flip your gaze, it goes over the right fingertips. You're looking back up at me if you're here in the room. When you're ready, extend through the left knee, straighten through the left leg, land the right hand at the top of your mat. Flip your left ankle and float the left hand overhead. So you get this really nice side body stretch. Revolve the left hand all the way down to the mat. Your gaze is back at the top of the mat here too. As you roll onto the ball of your left foot, you can swirl that right ankle underneath you. Think cheetah pose again. Use your belly, pull your right shin back up off of the mat. Fly your right foot up to sky, 3-leg dog. Foot to foot, you can step your feet to the back, and we'll take a vinyasa to rinse that one out. On your inhale, roll your way to that top of a push-up here at the front of your mat. You can take a supported push-up. This time, drop your knees, hinge at your elbows. I'll show you chaturanga next time. Lay flat on your belly, pinch those elbows back, roll those shoulders back, roll your way up to your cobra pose. We'll just take this one time. On your exhale, tuck all 10 toes, power push-up. Press your way back all the way to your downward facing dog. We'll take that flow a little bit differently. Bring your feet together to touch the back, and this time it's your left foot that goes high. So shift your weight into your right foot as your left toes grow light. Right away on this exhale, it's cheetah. Pull left knee into your nose. Stay tall. Breathing in, Rise it up, kick it out. Exhale, knee to nose. Last one here, breathing in. Extend that left leg long. Exhale, knee to nose, and step it through between your hands at the top of your mat. Soften the bend in your right knee so that your right foot or right knee comes down. Keep those right toes tucked for more support. Inhale, rises us tall to our supported lunge. Right away in the exhale, take it to your half split. Dive your way through. You know the flow now. Breathing in, take it tall. Exhale, maybe hands never touch the mat. Float it back. Maybe on this one, on your inhale, rise it up tall. And maybe on this exhale, as you float it back, maybe your front toes float back too with a flexed heel. This is a little extra balance challenge in your half a split. Nice, Richie, that's it. Breathing in, rebend into that top knee, hands float to sky. Exhale, hands to heart. Whew, prayer hands. Breathing in, take the hinge. Breathing out, take the twist. Elbow outside the knee. So your right elbow's outside your left knee. You're twisting over to the left side wall. That's it. And your twist. Gaze comes right back down to that front foot. Release your hands. They come inside the left ankle. Both hands inside the left ankle. Like a swivel, flip the right toes back behind you. And shift your weight into your left hand as you float the right hand to sky. With your left arm parallel with your left shin, it'll help you find a little bit of that external hip rotation. That arm to shin connection, help you open up that left knee. Resist the urge to let it collapse into your midline. Keep rotating it out like it's rolling onto the pinky toe side edge of your mat. Good, guys. All right, get light out of that left hand. Rise it up. Come up on top of that right knee. And on your exhale, float it all the way back to the back of your mat. Pivot your left ankle, float the left hand overhead. Revolve the left hand all the way down. You're looking at the back of your mat. Come up on the ball of the left foot. Pull the right toes back underneath you. It's cheetah again. Press out of the hands. Pull the right knee up off the mat. Fly right foot to sky. Three-leg dog at the back. We'll take those cheetah flows again a couple times. Your inhales, keep the right leg long and tall. On your exhale, it's bent right knee. Pull it in towards your nose. Breathing in, rise it up. Breathing out, pull it up into your nose. Cheetah. Last one here. Inhale, three-leg dog. Exhale for your cheetah. Pause. Right foot steps between the hands at the back of the mat. Drop the left knee down gently. Keep those left toes tucked as you inhale. Rise up to your supported lunge facing the back. Exhale right away, half a split. Float over a straighter right leg and chest dives. Breathing in, we all rebend, right knee over right ankle. Exhale, straighter, the right leg goes as you float. Last one here, breathing in, pull your way through to your supported lunge. And on your exhale, maybe this time as you float back, your right toes even float too. Even if just for a moment you flex the right heel, right toes come back. Stay for as long as feels good. Maybe just one more breath to challenge yourself to fly. But when you're ready, we all rebend into that top knee. Land those floating toes if they were lifted. Hands float to sky too. And on your exhale, pull hands to heart center. It's prayer hands at your chest. Next, inhale, hinge towards the right thigh. It's left elbow on the exhale that crosses outside the right knee. Take the twist. Stay here as you rotate open through thoracic spine. Use that elbow to knee connection, help you open up the twist even more. Gaze floats back down to your right foot and gently release the elbow from knee as you float both hands inside your right ankle. With both hands inside the right ankle, swivel your left ankle back behind you like a little kickstand. Shift the weight into the right hand as you fly. Left hand up to sky. That's it, supported side angle. You got it, fellas. And settle. Use that arm to shin connection to help you open up through the right hip, externally rotating. And let's get ready to fly. On your inhale, press out of the right hand, float your way up to your supported warrior twos. Arms like a T, palms soft, palms face down, shoulders soft, and settle in. You're using that external hip rotation shape here, but just with your legs, no help from your arms. to help keep those hips open. Gaze goes back over the left fingertips. When you're ready, straighten out of the right leg, just like you're tipping on a scale. Land your left hand at the back of the mat, or top of the mat rather. Rotate that right hand up overhead as you pivot your right ankle. You're facing the top of your mat again. Revolve that right hand all the way around. You're looking down at your hands at the top. Come up onto the ball of the right foot and swivel that left ankle back underneath you. Bellies will fly left knee up off of the mat and fly left foot to sky. 3-leg dog to shake that one out as you come off that knee. That should feel nice. Stir and swirl that out. And when you're ready, land left foot next to right. Downward facing dog. We'll take a vinyasa a little bit deeper this time. On your inhale, pull your way to your top of a push-up. And on your exhale, you can drop your knees, chest and chin, like we've been doing. But a chaturanga, yoga push-up, hinge at your elbows, but stay tall in one long line in that plank. You'll just lower to halfway. And when you're at halfway, you'll flip your toes. Breathing in, press your way up. It's cobra pose. Nice, guys. Roll those shoulders down the back. Tuck all 10 toes behind you. Back through your power push-up. You fly your way back to down dog. Stay here for just a moment in your down dog. But when you're ready, drop your knees wide. Send your hips to your heels. It's child's pose. Nice and easy. Take your knees as wide as feels good. Sink your hips back towards those heels as much as feels good. Your arms are up the top of your mat. Hands are soft too. Your forehead space might connect down with the mat. It might even feel good to roll from right ear to left ear, like you're giving your forehead a little massage. You got it. Grab a sip of water here. This is a good time to take a little detour if you'd like it, before we find our way flowing once more. When you're ready, walk those hands back up to your shins, and we're gonna come back into our downward facing dog. Good chance if you wanna grab water. If not, we got one more series to flow, and I'll walk us all through it. Walk your hands back out, pull your wide knees back underneath you, tuck all 10 toes, and it's back to our downward facing dog. Just join in whenever feels right for you. Feet walk together at the back of your mat in your down dog. Keep those spines long, those legs long too. Pedal it out. Send the weight into your left foot this time. Breathing in, right leg floats high to sky. On your exhale, it's cheetah, right knee to nose. We'll just take this one more time. Breathing in, right leg goes long. Breathing out, right knee to nose and hold. This time we step it through. Stay on the top of that ball of the left foot. If you need to, you can always bring your left knee down, but this time we're gonna take it standing. Bend through the left knee, but just hover it over your mat here. On your inhale, use your core, use your legs to rise your way up. It's high lunge, nice. And settle in. One breath in keeps you here, right knee stacked over right ankle. This exhale, take your hands to prayer. We stay nice and tall. Guess where we're going? On your inhale, hinge forward towards that right thigh. Get light in the ball of the left foot. It's actually gonna be chair pose. Left foot's gonna hop up to meet right foot and land both feet together. Here you sink into your invisible chair. A couple things to think about when you look at chair is that you have equal weight chair with all of your feet. You're sending that weight heavy in your heels. You might even be so heavy in your heels your toes can lift off. Your legs are glued together. So strong. Shins together, knees locked together, thighs locked together, and hips sinking low. This is a lot of power in the legs, as simple as this looks. I love to keep my hands here at heart. It's a lot easier on my shoulders. But the full expression of the pose is actually arms extended. More power to you if you want to do that. Spin those pinkies down and thumbs facing up as you sink into that chair. For the most, you stay there. For a little less, hands at heart. We stay for one more breath. On your exhale, if your arms were extended, take them back to your heart. On this inhale, you'll hinge forward towards those knees. And on your exhale, it's left elbow outside the right knee. Twisted chair. Whew. You're finding this twist here, initiating it through your thoracic spine. So no change in your hips and your legs. I want you to initiate this all from upper body. You take the twist. You got it. Right elbow outside the left knee. I'm just rotating so I could see you all. When you're ready, gaze goes down by your feet. You release your hands, they'll come outside both feet. And this time it's left foot that steps to the back of the mat. Here you are in your wide lunge. Both hands come inside the right ankle. I'll spin around so I can see you all. And with your right hand inside your right ankle, it might stay there. Or maybe your right forearm comes to the top of the right thigh. Swivel that left ankle down at the back, and when you're ready, it's left hand that flies up to sky. Good, guys, yes. And that elbow to top of the thigh connection helps you work open that hip. Stay out of that right shoulder, so keep pressing out of that bottom hand so that right shoulder doesn't come up by that right ear. All right, when we're ready, it's warrior two. When your breath in, press out of that bottom hand, rising you up to stand tall and sink. This is warrior two. Beautiful, boys. This is a big pose. As simple as it sounds, there's a lot going on here. That top knee sinking over that top ankle, external hip rotation to that top leg. Tailbone stays tucked, belly's engaged, shoulders stay soft, gaze soft over the right fingertips. Okay, when you're ready, bring your hands up high to sky, soften the bend out of that top ankle. Rotate your right toes to face the same wall as your left toes. Here you are in like a little wide leg stance, because on our exhale, we're gonna pull hands through heart and just fold in between wide legs. Walk your legs as wide as feels good. Maybe a little wider, maybe you shorten your stance when you want to heel toe together. Bend as deep in your knees as you need to, or sway it outside to side. You should be in a place where you can either land your hands comfortably on the mat, fingertips on the mat. Maybe you want to take a ragdoll, clipping opposite elbows, or interlace your fingers behind the neck. A place that feels so good, where your legs stay strong. There's no pressure there in your neck, no pressure in your upper body. This beautiful low back release. I saw you all in class doing those squats. I know we don't use our low back, but we kind of do, and it feels good to just hang and sway it out. Such an underrated posture. Release your arms down to the mat. Wherever you are, take stillness. Like a spider, walk your hands to the left foot at the back of your mat. And you're in this low lunge, so pivot your ankles so that all 10 toes face the back wall. With hands framing your left foot, breathing in, pull your left foot into your chest back to cheetah. It flies left foot up to sky. 3-leg dog facing the back. Cheetah flow, we go. Inhales, keep your left leg tall. Exhales, pull left knee to nose at the back. Breathing in, rise it up tall, lengthen. This is the last one. Exhale, cheetah. Land your left foot at the back of your mat in between your feet. Hover the right knee over the mat, but bend it so it just stays over top the mat, and use your belly to fly you up to your standing high lunge and settle in. A little easier, a little more stable if you keep that right knee bent, but if you soften or straighten out the bend in your back knee, the harder this balanced posture becomes. Stay tall and lifted here through your chest, through your shoulders, but keep sinking into that front knee. Left knee over left ankle. One more breath in here with arms lifted tall. On our exhales, it's hands to prayer. Soft through shoulders. On your inhale, hinge your chest towards that left thigh, the top of your mat. Shift your weight into your left foot, and maybe in a couple hops with your back foot, you hop right foot to meet left, or maybe one big hop takes you to the back of your mat. You sink in chair pose. Chair pose has got a lot going on, so build that strong foundation through legs. Heavy heels, light toes, legs locked together to touch. Yes, shins coming together, knees locked in together, thighs locked in together. Looking strong, guys. Hands at heart, or even fly your arms out long and tall, if that feels okay for you. I'm keeping hands at heart today. One more breath wherever you want to go. On our exhale, we all bring our hands to heart space. On your breath in, deepen the bend in your knees, hinge your chest towards those thighs. And on your exhale, it's right elbow outside the left knee on this side. Opposite side twist in your twisted chair. I'll bring my weight back around to face the right way on the mat. Remember, you're initiating this twist from the spine, not your legs. Keep your hips squared here without letting one knee tweak out in front of the other. That's important. Gaze at the side wall, but return it back to your mat. We all release, elbow from knee, release out of the legs, land both hands down, or fingertips down to the mat. Soften the bend in the left knee and step the right foot to the back this time. With right foot at the back, swivel that right ankle down so your left or right toes point towards the side wall. Both hands walk inside the left ankle. We're going to build the same posture from the bottom. Your left hand can stay inside the left foot or bring that left forearm up to that left thigh. Because on our inhale, you'll send that weight into your left arm and fly right hand to sky. Good, guys. Nice. Side angle is where you're headed. Keep tall out of that left hand as it presses against the leg or against the mat, wherever you are. You're keeping that left shoulder away from the ear. Stay nice and tall and lifted through the chest. Next in-breath presses you out of the left hand, left arm rises you up. Exhale, sink us into our warrior twos. Nice wide stance, nice and strong through legs. Remember, you're externally rotating that left hip, using the strength in your legs to do so as you sink. Gaze is over the left fingertips. On your next inhale, straighten out the bend in your left leg. Pivot those toes to face the same side wall as your right foot. Hands come up to sky together to touch. And on your exhale, pull hands through heart and fold in between wide legs. Whew. And take your forward fold as deep, as good, as juicy as feels good for you. Maybe you take your hands, they take opposite elbows. If you took ragdoll on the opposite side, clip the opposite elbow on top, just to make sure your shoulders stay square. Same with interlaced fingers behind your neck. Take the opposite fingers on top, opposite grip. My favorite all time is to walk my hands through my wide legs and spin my fingertips away from my face. Take a moment of pause here as you hang upside down. This should feel really nice to release any tension there in your upper body. But when you're ready to move, release the hands. They come underneath your face. And like a spider, we all walk back to the right foot, around to the top of your mat. You rotate your way through. Pivot onto all 10 toes to face the front wall. Both hands frame the right foot. Bellies will fly right foot up into your chest, to your cheetah. And exhale. Extend. Back to your three-leg dog. Stay and shake out that right leg for as long as feels good for you. But on your inhale, next inhale, when it comes, extend tall through that right leg. On your exhale, it's cheetah, right knee to nose. Keep it here for a breath in. Maybe hug that right knee in a little closer towards your chest. And on your exhale, land your right shin down to your mat. Your right knee is at the base of your right wrist, and we're setting up a pigeon pose. You can extend your left leg long at the back of your mat, if that feels good. And walk your hands tall to stay up high in your proud pigeon. Nice and easy, you should find this. We took this posture on our backs. We're going to take it here with our hips nice and tall. You can stay here in your proud pigeon, nice and high. But you might even feel gravity start to call you towards the top of your mat. And if it does, you might walk your hands out in front of you. You might stay tall and lifted in your chest. You might come down to forearms. You might not come down at all. Some of us might even come all the way down to our pigeon poses. We'll be here for a couple breaths. So find a place where you can find a little bit of stillness, resisting any temptations you might have to fidget or move. But if you must fidget or move, maybe it softens you a little deeper into this hip stretch. Take 2 more good yoga breaths and come back to that full, long breath pace we used at the beginning of class. When you're ready, press your way back up to a tall pigeon. Bring your hands back up tall on your mat. Bring your left long leg at the back of the mat. Inch it up a little closer to where you could tuck your left toes and lift your left knee. You should have enough space to do that. So it might need to come in a little closer. Because what we're going to do is pull our way back into cheetah pose. Use your belly. Right knee comes up off the mat. Right foot will fly back up to sky. 3-leg dog. You can stir and kick that one out. Let the blood flow back through that right long leg before you step right foot down to meet left. Down dog. This time your weight shifts into your right foot. Breathing in, float your left toes nice and tall. On the exhale, it's left knee to nose, cheetah. Next in-breath extends that leg long. Your last cheetah pose on this side. Exhale, knee to nose, and pause. Use your inhale. Pull that left knee up a little closer. Engage your belly. Nice, guys. Exhale, land. Left shin down to the mat. Left knee to the base of the left wrist. Swivel your right ankle out long. Maybe you flatten the top of your right foot. Before you set up your pigeon, before you come on down, stay up tall. I call it proud pigeon to help you settle into that hip space. So you might just stay here on fingertips. But if you're ready to walk it out, maybe this side feels more open, maybe it feels a little softer. Wherever you are, walk those hands out as far as feels good for you to help you sink into that left hip space. Beautiful. Maybe down to forearms, maybe further, or somewhere in between. As you settle in, we stay here for 3, maybe 4 good full yoga breaths. Returning back to a natural breathing pace for yourselves, a little longer than before even. Last breath, take your time. After that final exhale, we walk our hands back up tall. And this time, we won't even do or find our cheetah pose. Just drop onto your left bum. Sweep your right leg out to the top of your mat. Woo. Just swirl it around. Left leg goes long and shake it out here. We have made it. Grab some water here. We're gonna spend the rest of yoga on our back. So grab some water if you'd like it. Bend your knees, bring your feet flat on the mat. And grab onto your shins just below your knees here. We're gonna take a little seated cat-cow variation just to rinse that one out of the spine. So like a snake on your inhale, pull your chest through like it's coming through your thighs, roll those shoulders back, maybe even let your neck drop back. On your exhale, bow chin to chest and use the grip in your hands to take that arc in your spine like you did earlier for your cat pose. Breathing in, roll your way through, open it up. Chest lifts tall. Exhale, round, chin to chest. Use that grip as you arc through spine. One more time, breathing in, roll your way, open up. Exhale, fold and hold in your cat pose. Keep this rounding in your spine. Let your heels grow light. Your toes are on the mat, but as if an invisible string, we're pulling you back through the mid-spine. We're all eventually just gonna land on our backs with bent knees in our chests. We made it, guys. Stir it out right to left to right. Nice and easy, side to side. If happy baby feels right for you, you can float those feet up to sky, take your happy baby shape wherever it is. Maybe it feels good to just take knees in at chest and swirl it out right to left. Massaging it out of the spine to feel nice. After all those twists and turns and folds, all the counter stretching to everything we do when we're vertical. Take a moment of pause here at center. Release both knees into your chest if they were out in your happy baby. Both feet will come down softly on the mat. Walk those heels in by your bum and float your arms out long alongside the body. One final bridge pose to close us out. On your inhale, breathe in to prepare. On your exhales, breathe out. We all float our hips up high. Pressing through the four corners of your feet. Pressing through your palms, your forearms. You lift those hips high above heart. Use this last inhale, tip up even just a centimeter taller. And on your exhale, waving our ways down, we float onto a flat spine. When your tail touches the mat, heel toe the feet together to touch. Bring the soles of the feet together to touch as you let your knees float open wide, like you're making butterfly legs here. Beautiful, guys. Hands can stay long alongside the body, but at the end of class, my hands just naturally catch my hip creases. Maybe yours catch heart and belly. Or maybe they just want to float off to the sides, taking up space. Letting gravity do the rest of the work, to work those knees closer towards the mat, to open up those hips. Plenty open now. If there's any other posture or position your bodies are craving that you want to take here before we roll into our final Shavasana, feel free to take it now. You can stay right here in your Supta Baddha, which is where we are. But if you're ready for your final Shavasana, you'll just pull wide knees back up together to touch and extend your legs long. Arms can go long alongside the body for your final rest. This is Shavasana. If your eyes aren't already closed, maybe let your eyelids start to flutter a little heavier or shut them down altogether. Bring your awareness back internally, paying mind to your breath as it returns to a natural breathing pace. Or maybe you channel those deep, full, and long inhales and exhales we used at the beginning of class. The final few resting moments of class are all for you. If you're taking this class with me virtually, maybe you want to hit pause for a longer Shavasana. In fact, a 5-minute Shavasana, even to challenge yourself for a 10-minute Shavasana. It can be all the rest, all the recharge that you might need. And I encourage you to stay as long as feels right for you. Hit play whenever you're ready to move. And if you're with me here in the room, maybe it feels good to bring some movement back into the body by fluttering the toes, rolling out the ankles, rolling out the wrists, fluttering fingers, shaking your head out no. To close out class, I'll invite us all to take one final full body stretch. Bring your wide feet together to touch with toes pointed at the bottom of your mat. Float your arms up overhead like you just got out of bed this morning, breathing in all that good new space you've just made, reaching tall through side body, the longest shape you've been all day long. And on our exhales, we'll all pull bent knees into our chests, wrap our arms around our shins, keep your gaze soft at the ceiling so your neck stays on the mat, and give yourselves a good hug and gratitude, all the good work you just put in. Keep your legs at your chest, but float your arms up overhead. And let your knees drop onto whatever side body feels good. And you can cradle your head in a little fetal position for just another moment of rest on one side. Press your way up to an easy seat. Keep those eyes closed if that feels good for you. Nice and easy. With hands to heart center space and prayer hands or one hand over the other, we close out sharing in just a moment of gratitude. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me, for finding time for you most importantly. Let this new year bring you the reset, the recharge, the release. And I hope this practice did all of that just for you. Bring prayer hands to your heart. Bring thumb knuckles up to your third eye, the center of your intuition. On your next in-breath, offer it out by tipping hearts and gaze open to sky. And on our exhales, we'll all bow forward together. Namaste. Namaste, folks. Thank you so much.